Welcome back to my channel. Here we are still working on the surface development of oblique solids. As we have worked on the oblique square prism, we have also worked on the surface development of oblique cylinder. Now we want to work on the surface development of an oblique cone. In this case, we have the diameter of the circular base of the cone to be 60 millimeters, and the height from here to here is 60 millimeters, and the seam is along this line, so we are cutting it here and spread it. Then the central axis is inclined at an angle 135 degree to this side and then 45 degree to this side. Okay, so we are going to replicate this object or this shape, and before we do that, we need to start with the construction of the circular part of the object. So let's start. So what we are going to do first is that we are going to draw a horizontal center line like this. So we draw horizontal center line here, and then we draw a vertical center line, just a short vertical center line. Okay, so we draw from here down. Okay, we have the center line here. Then with the compass, we are going to take a measurement of 30 millimeters, which is half of the given diameter of the circular base of the cone, okay, of the oblique cone. So we take a measurement of 30 millimeters. So putting the pinpoint here, we are going to draw a circle like this. Okay, so here we draw a circle. So for this circle, we are going to be dividing this circle into 12 equal parts. So we are dividing the circle into 12 equal parts. So with my set square, so I'm going to draw a line like this. Okay, then I slide to this side. So I will draw a line. So I'll draw a line. So through this center in this direction. Okay, then so setting the set square like this. So I'm going to draw a line. So from here to here. Okay, and then I will draw a line. So from here, I will draw a line from here to here. So we have divided the circle into 12 equal parts, and we are going to number the points on the circle. So I'm going to call this point, I'll call it point 0. This is point 1. Here is point 2. This is point 3. This is point 4. So here is point 5. Okay, this is point 6. This is 7. This is 8. Okay, so here is point 9. So here I have this point to be point 10, and this is 11. Alright, so having done that, the next thing that we are going to do is to draw the front elevation of the oblique cone. So we come up a bit, and then we draw a short horizontal line, just draw horizontal line here. Okay, so then with the set square, so we are going to transfer this point. So we draw a line, vertical line from here to touch this horizontal line. From this point, we draw to touch the horizontal line. From this point, we draw a vertical line to touch the horizontal line. So we extend the center line to touch the horizontal line, and then we come to this point. We draw a vertical line from here to here, and then so we also come to this point. So we draw a vertical line from here, and then from this point we also draw a vertical line to touch the horizontal line. So the next thing that we are going to do is to take 45 degree set square, as we know that the central axis or the center line of the cone is at an angle 45 degree to the horizontal. So what we have to do first is to come here. Okay, so we come to this center and we draw a line at a center line at 45 degree to the horizontal like this. So we draw this. Okay, so we have this now. So what we are going to do next is that we are going to we come to this side here, and then we draw a vertical line. So we want to locate the height. So I will take a measurement of 60 millimeters from here up. So this is 60 millimeters here. So this 60 millimeters, I will transfer it from here. So just to mark it, I will mark it here. So let's call this point. This point is the apex of the cone. So let's call it point O here. So here I have this to be point O. So what we are to do now is that we are going to draw a line from this point and we'll connect it with the apex of the cone. So we connect this point with the apex of the cone, that is point O. And this point also, we draw a line from here, connect together with the apex of the cone, and then we also draw from here. So we draw a line, we connect with the apex of the cone, and then we also come to this point here. we draw a line connecting it with the apex of the cone, and here also we draw a line from this point, we connect it with the apex of the cone, and lastly, so we come to this point, we draw a line connecting together with the apex of the cone. Okay, so this is a complete oblique cone. It's a complete oblique cone. So what we are to do now is that we are to make this line a thick line from here to here. Okay, then this line also to make it a thick line from here to here. Okay, so we have, and then this base also make it a thick line from here to here. So we have the elevation of the oblique cone. Now I want us to draw the plan of this oblique cone. I want us to draw the plan of this oblique cone. So to draw the plan, so what we are to do, so we are looking at it downward here. So what are we going to see? So to do that, we are going to extend this horizontal center line first. So we extend the horizontal center line, so we extend it to this side. Okay, so we have it like this. Then I will come to this point here, okay, to this point O here on the apex. So I will draw a line down here to touch this line. Okay, so I'm going to call this point, I'll call it point O prime. So this is point O prime. Then what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to draw a line from each of these points. So draw a line from each of these points. So let's start with this. We have already drawn out of 6. So I will draw a line from this point 5, okay, to touch this, okay, to point O prime. And then I will draw from 4 to point O prime like this. I will draw from 3 to point O prime like this, and then I will draw from 2 to point O prime, okay, then from 1, so from point 1 to point O prime, so we have this. Then if I come here, I will draw from 7 to point O prime, okay, like this, and then we draw from 8 to point O prime, so we have this. Then I will draw from 9 to point O prime, so we have this. Okay, we are drawing the plan of this oblique cone. Then from point 10 to point O prime, so we have this now. Okay, then from 11 I will draw a line from 11 to point O prime, so we have this now. Okay, all right, so but what we just have to do here, so what we are going to see here is that, so this line at 10, we are going to make it a thick line. This line at 10, make it a thick line from here to here, okay, and then so line from point 2 here, so we also draw it and making it a thick line from here to here. Okay, so looking at what we have here, this is the plan, but this part of the circle, so this part on the circle is covered, I mean from here to here is covered, so we have to show it hidden. So putting the pinpoint on my compass here, so I just make this short dashes line like this, or short dashes arc, so we have this. Okay, so we have this, and then so we have this. So this is how the plan will look. Okay, so but what we want to do normally is the surface development of this object. So let's see how we can work out the surface development of this object. So we need to look for the true length. We need to find the true length of this oblique cone. Okay, so I'm going to call this point, I will call it point A here. So this point, I will call it point A, and also I still need to extend this horizontal line, so we extend it to this side like this. Okay, the next thing that we are going to do is that we need to draw the true length. So we need to do what I want to do now. So we want to draw the true length, so you put the pinpoint on the compass here. Okay, so extend to this point. This line is for 0, so this is for 0. Just extend to this point, and then so you draw an arc here. So just turn the arc like this, let it touch this line. So I'm numbering this. So this point is for 0, so we have 0 here. So this is for 0. So then we draw a line. So draw a line from here, from this 0 to the apex of the cone. So we have it from here to here. So this is the true length that we are going to use for the surface development for this line 0. So then I will also put the pinpoint here at point A here and extend to 111. So this is 111. So this line is for 111. So we extend to this point here, and then you draw an arc like this. So draw an arc like this to touch this line. So this point, we have this for 1, So this is for 1, and then this is for 11. So for 1 and 11. So what you have to do now, so you also draw a line. So from this point 111 to the apex of the cone. So this line, O111 is the true line that we are going to use for the surface development of this oblique cone. Then we put it again at point A here, and then we extend for 210. So 210, so you draw an arc like this to touch this line. So this point is for 2. So this is for 2 and then 10. So then you have to draw a line. So from here, so draw a line from this point to touch the apex of the cone. So this is the true line that we are going to use for the surface development for 10 and 2 and 10. So then we also extend to 3, 9. So this is for 3, 9. So this is for 3, 9. So draw an arc like this. Okay. So here we have this point. So this is for 3. Okay. This is for 3 and 9. So we have this. So then draw a line. So from this point 3 and 9. So draw it and let it touch the apex of the cone. So I need to extend this horizontal line to this side because of the other ones that we have. So from A again, so from this point A again, okay, extend to 4, 8. So this is 4, 8 here. So what you have to do is that you draw an arc again. So from this point, so I want to make sure, so you draw an arc from this point and you draw it and it touches the line here. Okay, so this is for 4. Okay, so 4 comma 8. So we have this to be 4 comma 8, and then so draw a line from here. So from this point 4, 8 to the apex of the cone. This is the true length that we are going to use. And then the next thing that we are going to do is that, so we put at A again. So put at A again and extend to 5, 7. So this is for 5, 7. Okay, this is for 5, 7. So here we add this for 5, 7. Then draw an arc again like this. Draw an arc here to touch this. Okay, so this is for 5, 7. So here we have this to be for 5. Okay, so comma 7. So then draw a line from here. This line is the true length for 5 and 7. So we draw like this. So we have this now. Okay, so next, so which is the last one, from A again, so extend to 6. So extend to 6 here. So this is 6. So here we have 6 here. Okay, so here is 6. Okay, so here we have 6. So what you have to do now, so I want to make sure, so what you have to do now, so you draw an arc. So as I'm drawing it here, so it goes like this. Okay, so I'm touching this line at this point. So this point is point 6. So we have this for 6. So what you have to do now is that, so take your ruler and draw a line. So from this point 6 to the apex of the cone. Okay, so we have it like this. So all these lines are the true length that we are going to use for the surface development of this cone. So it's very simple. Okay, so let's see the next thing that we are going to do here. Okay, all right, so I'm looking at the paper that we have here. So this paper will not is not going to contain what we want to do. So I need to add paper. So for us to be able to produce the surface development of this oblique cone. So okay, so I need to add paper. So let me look for paper that I'm going to use. So I'm going to looking for paper that I can use. Okay, so let me make use of this. So I'm going to tape this paper. So I will tape it here. Okay, so here I will tape it here, and then I'm going to remove this, and I will tape it here. So we have this now. Okay. All right, so we have this. Okay, then the next thing that we are going to do for us to produce the surface development of this oblique cone. Okay, so I want to make sure I tape this very well. Okay, now so what we are going to do is this, just like we do for the surface development of a normal cone, of a right cone. So we draw a line, so we move it up a bit, so we draw horizontal line like this. Okay, then this point I'm going to label this point here, I will label it as point O prime prime. Okay, then I'm going to take the longest true length. The longest true length is that of O6. So that is what we take. So we take the longest true length. Okay, so you take this distance O6 is the longest one. So this is the one that you have to take. So you take it like this. Then put the pinpoint here at point O prime prime here, and then draw an arc like this. Here you draw an arc. Okay, so you draw an arc as I've done it there. So you draw an arc like that, and then so the next thing that we are going to do is that, so don't forget that we are opening from this side as I showed it in the diagram that I brought. So this is where we are opening from. We are opening from here. That is from what? From 0. So this point is point 0. So let's take note. This is point 0 here. So then the next thing that we are going to do is that we are going to take the distance, so maybe 1 to 2 or 2 to or 2 to or 2 to 3. So I will take 2 and 3 on this circle. So just take this distance. So put the pinpoint here and make 12 arcs on this big arc here. 1, and this is 2. Okay, so I have this to be 3. Okay, then we have 4. So this is 5. So here is 6. So then we have 7. This is 8. Here is 9. This is 10. This is 11. Then we have, lastly, we have 12. Okay, so we have this. So what I'm going to do now, so I'm going to number. So we are going to have 0, 0. So this is 0. So after this 0, we have 1, 11. So this will be 1, and this will be 11. Okay, so next we have what? We have 2. So 2, 10. So this is 10. And then we have what? We have 3. And this is 9. Okay, then we have what? We have 4, 8. Okay, then we have what? We have 5, 7, and then we have 6 here in the middle. So let's take note of that. So then the next thing that we are going to do is this. So we are going to be drawing a line from each of these points to the apex. So that is to O prime prime. So draw a line from here to here, and then so we set like this. So we draw a line, so from here to here, and then here we also draw a line like this. Then here we draw a line. Okay, so then we draw from here to here, and then we also draw from here to here. Okay, then so we draw from here to here. Okay, then so we draw from here to here. All right, so then we come to this point. So we draw from here to O prime prime, and then from here to O prime prime. Okay, then from here to O prime prime. So we have this. All right, so having done this, the next thing that we are going to do is we need to make use of the true length. So as we have here, all these are the true length that we are going to use to produce the surface development of this oblique cone. So from point O prime here, extend to this 0. Okay, extend to 0 here. So take this distance. So take this distance. So and then put it at this point O prime prime. Okay, then make an arc on line 0. So we have 0 here, so we have 0 here. Okay, then next we have from point O here to 111. So this is 111. So take this distance. Okay, so bring it to point O prime prime here. Okay, then make an arc here on 11. Make an arc here on 1. Then next one, so from point O prime O, then we extend to 210. So this is 210 here. So extend to 210. So this is 210. Take this distance. So bring it to this point O prime prime here. Okay. All right. So make an arc on 10. So make an arc on 2. So it's very simple. You can see it. So then next, so we take it from here again. So to 39. So this is 39 here. So we have this point. Okay. So bring it to point O prime prime here, and then make an arc on 9. Make an arc on 3. So we have this. Then next we have what we have E2 from O to 48. So this is 48. Okay, you need your compass in this work. So compass is very, very important in technical drawing. So you must have this instrument. So take that distance for O 48. So make an arc here on 8. Make an arc on 4. So next we have that of 5 7. So 5 7. So this is 5 7. So here we have 5 7. So we have this for 5 7. So bring it here at point O prime prime here, and then make an arc on 7. Make an arc on 5. You don't have to do that of 6. So because that's the one that we use to draw this arc. So you must use the longest one. So you must use the longest true length, which is O6, as I've done it here. So what we have to do now, so this point we are going to join them together with the use of a French curve. So it's very simple and very, very interesting. Okay, very, very simple and very, very interesting. So just follow my instruction, and then you get it done with ease. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I need my French curve. So so looking at how the points are arranged here, so I can join this point together like this. Okay, so I have this curve, and then here on this side I have to look at it. Okay, so I can, all right, so I can join this point together like this. Okay, so we have this. So if I adjust it, I can connect these 3 points together like this. Okay, so you can see them. Okay, then on this side, so I will also do the same thing as I did on that side there. So joining so these 4 points together like this. Okay, then so bringing my French curve here, and then I will join this point together. So joining this point together like this. So you can see this. So very simple and very, very interesting, as I said. So what we need to do now, this line, we make it a thick line from here to here. Make it a thick line from here to here, and then make this also a thick line from here to here. So this is the surface development of this oblique cone as you have seen it here. It's very simple. All you have to do is to practice. Thank you. Keep on practicing, and God bless you.